Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 29th of January, 2024. An actually nice, chill, relaxing day, which I appreciated. You know, having a balance between playing a fighting game, which, oops, my camera just moved, a fighting game which can be considered quite stressful when you play it at any kind of a competitive level, being able to balance that with days where we're just relaxing with other kinds of gameplay is excellent and appreciated. Now, in regards to today, I have updates regarding the future of certain games, so listen up. It's kind of important if you're interested in the games that I'm currently playing. So, first of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, we had some follow-up discussion about the upcoming Super Bowl event. Seems like everyone wants a little mix of stuff for this event. Some people definitely want to see some NFL-related gameplay, so the debate is, should I maybe get the Madden that's on Game Pass, which isn't the one that came out in the last year, but the one before, I think it's like Madden 23, so it's technically the game from 2022. I mean, I had that one. I think I had actually played it at one point, just as like a one-off thing. So I can get it and do like a sim game of what the Super Bowl is going to be, the San Francisco 49ers against the Kansas City Chiefs. And of course, it's up for debate. Should I just let it sim out and I commentate on it, or should I actually play in it, like do be one of the teams or whatever? So that's kind of a discussion. But as for the rest of the stream, there seems to be not really a consensus. Some people are on team multiplayer, meaning play games like Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 online. Others are like, no, do a segment on the stream of each game you're currently doing. Do a little bit of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, maybe do a little bit of Tekken 8, maybe the offline modes to learn a new character, and then maybe do some Palworld chill or something. And I'm like, yeah, I'd be down for any of that. All that sounds good to me. That day I'm going to be definitely having some liquor. So being buzzed, I probably don't want to do anything super duper important. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think all of that sounds great. So we're talking about that. Let's continue that discussion because we still have a week and a half to determine what I'm going to do on February 10th. Okay. Then there was a big game news segment. A lot of game news this morning. So if you're interested in any of those topics, check out the podcast from this morning. I think you'll enjoy it. First stream today was Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and I actually started early, so it actually got a full 3.5 hours of gameplay in on today's stream. We finished up with the Japanese plot line. We flew into Hawaii. Ichiban ran into, interesting, colorful characters in Hawaii, got the plot started there. It already went crazy and haywire, and now Ichiban has met up with his first party member. For those who are following the playthrough and didn't watch it yet, I won't spoil it yet, but he meets up with his first party member, and basically now is open world wandering around in Chapter 3, doing quests and missions. In fact, it was really cool. At the end of the stream, I ran into a mission where he had to cook at a Hawaiian restaurant. Not cook, excuse me. He had to wait tables at a Hawaiian restaurant and take the orders properly to give them to the cook. Now, incidentally, in the last year to year and a half, my wife and I have started eating Hawaiian cuisine. It's actually quite popular out here in Washington State because Hawaii is closest to Washington State. When it comes to the contiguous United States, it's the place you would fly. Like, you would always fly in and out of Washington State to get to and from Hawaii. So because of that, we know about Hawaiian cuisine. We order it all the time, different kinds of Hawaiian barbecue and the like. So when I did this mission, I knew the cuisines. If I hadn't known Hawaiian cuisine, it actually would have been very hard because you had to memorize the kind of cuisine. Then they try to trick you at the end and introduce new cuisines that you didn't know what they were at first. It's like, wow, they actually went in on trying to get you to learn Hawaiian cuisine for this, but I already knew it. So I was like, oh, that's neat. And let me tell you, being in Hawaii is very different than the Japanese style cities and culture that you've been immersed in previous Yakuza or Like a Dragon games. The streets are wider. There's different things to do, different kinds of food. The side quests are more interesting, different. And the combat is getting more interesting as well the further in we get into the game. So, yeah, I had a blast today, okay? Now, we already talked about this. The future of JRPGs in my content, correct? What's going to happen with JRPGs moving forward? Because it seems like every time that I play them, sadly, I just can't get the level of engagement and support that I get for any other game. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I struggle to maintain viewership and support when I play these games. I don't know why. I don't think there's anything wrong with JRPGs. I think that they're very popular. For some reason, my audience, it just doesn't connect with them. That's unfortunate. I'm not saying everyone, because I know for a fact that I have a few hundred people that will show up when I play a JRPG on a stream, and there's people who watch on demand. But just compare the performance in the 3 sessions that I've done with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth versus playing Baldur's Gate 3. It's night and day. It's completely different. All right? Same thing, Tekken. Tekken's doing much better than Like a Dragon. And it's like, so I have to make the decisions that are best for everyone. Because if I keep having Like a Dragon as daytime streams, and those streams end up being incredibly slow, I'm just shooting myself in the foot. You understand? I have to operate a business as well as enjoy my hobby during said business. So, yeah, today, just to give you some perspective, support came in all on the podcast. And as soon as I started playing the game, it was like, people left, support completely stopped, and I enjoyed my 3.5 hours in the game. I had fun, and I was talking with people the whole time, but that was it. It just completely stopped. So it ended up being, considering it's a brand new release, a slow stream. And I'm like, I've already talked about this. People knew the discussion and what was coming. If people wanted to come out and support this game, they would have. Obviously, that's not the case. So what's going to end up happening moving forward, Like a Dragon is going to be a night stream. It sucks because I really wanted to unlock the Dokkan Island portion of the game so that I can start doing co-op streams with my wife. But apparently it takes at least 20 hours of gameplay to get to that. Right now, I'm at about 8.5 to 9 hours, and I am playing again on Wednesday night, but it looks like it's going to take another 2 or more weeks after this week to unlock that because I'm not going to be playing it as a day stream. Again, it would have been different if people actually showed up and engaged and supported, and it's just not happening. You know, I can't pretend like this playthrough is doing great. It's not, okay? And we already talked about the reasons. We've talked about it on the podcast. I don't need to... I think we figured out why. It's just a matter of cause and effect at this point, okay? So, had a great time. Watch the videos. They're great. The game has picked up and gotten way better. But from now on, it's just going to have to be a night stream because of what happened, okay? Okay. Now, tonight's late stream was Palworld, which is meant and intended to be a late night chill stream, and it went pretty good. In fact, we did a lot in the Palworld stream tonight. Just listen up. I think I leveled up 4 or more levels. I built multiple new things in my base. I got a better bow. I got a better weapon. I have a giant spear now. I learned how to mount the pals and use them to ride around, but also in combat on top of them, which is amazing because now you can easily dodge and you can shoot projectiles and you can do things way better than when you were just on foot. Way better. In addition, we leveled up a bunch of different pals, so now they're more combat viable. And by the end of the night, I'd upgraded my armor and bought a shield, or excuse me, crafted a shield that apparently is going to let me resist a lot more damage. So in like 2.5 hours, we monstrously upgraded everything I had. Like tons of improvements. And now next stream, I'm looking to build a little bit more. Like there's like a wheat plantation you can make and a few other things. And once I've done that, I'll almost be level 18, which is the level that boss was that we took on last time that kicked my butt. So I should be able to go and fight the boss and beat it within another stream or so, okay? So to give you some perspective here, the support on today's Palworld stream was about equal with the support that I received during the Like a Dragon stream, but it was for the gameplay. There was no podcast or pre-stream. It just went right into the gameplay, and it was about equivalent overall, you know, between all the different levels of contribution. So do you see the point I'm making here is it seems like whenever I'm playing Like a Dragon, it's just people don't care. It's dead, which sucks because there are people who like it, but I guess these people are just not able to support the playthrough. So that's going to have to be a late night chill stream moving forward. I need to reserve my daytime streams for games that people will come out and support so I can keep doing this for a living, okay? So today overall, loved the Like a Dragon progress. Loved the Palworld gameplay. And overall, combined, it wasn't a bad day at all when it came to support. But I have to stick to my guns here. It is what it is. Like a Dragon is going to be a night stream moving forward. Okay? Now, after having said all of that about today, tomorrow's a completely different day. Tomorrow is Tekken Day. Alright? And I'm excited because all day long tomorrow, I'm using a new character. I'm going to try out Jun Kazama. She's the mother of Jin, the former wife of Kazuya. She's been gone from the franchise since Tekken 3, and she only appeared as like a guest character in the Tekken Tag games and hasn't been in the plot in ages. She's in this one as a major character. So I want to give her a shot, and I used to play with her in Tekken 2, so I know a little bit about it, but I also looked up some combos and videos of her last night, and I'm going to apply that to my gameplay tomorrow. So listen up, because here's how tomorrow's going to go. Tuesday, it's going to be arcade quest mode on the first stream. What does that mean? There is a mode in the game that simulates as if you were a player going to an arcade to play people in Tekken 8 in person. You fight various people in matchups where they use different characters, and essentially it starts off very easy, but then it gets tougher and tougher as you make more progress. As you beat one arcade, you go to the next. Now there's tougher opponents and different variety of characters. Then you go to the next, and it's even harder. And it keeps going with a plot. There's actually a plot involving the people in these arcades and stuff like that. It's a really great way, if you want to learn a character, but you don't want to just sit in training mode, to actually have opportunity to play against AI-controlled opponents. Because there's one thing when you're playing in training mode, and the dummies just standing there like this. Duh, hit me, right? In an actual match, will you have the actual execution to land combos, hit counter hits, recognize things in matchups, attacks, and be able to counter them? That's a lot different. So, for me, if I'm going to use a new character, I think this is a great way to learn them. So the day stream will be that, and the good news is, it's like killing two birds with one stone, and here's why. I get to check out a mode of the game that I haven't checked out yet. While you play this mode, you earn tons of in-game currency. So I'm going to be unlocking customizables, not only for the avatar I create for that mode, but also for all the characters. When I'm done playing tomorrow's first stream, I might be able to make a whole custom outfit for Jun Kazama to go online and use, and she'll look totally different from the default outfit, which would be really neat, I think. So, it's like learning June, learning combos, getting better with her over a course of 3 hours, plus getting through this mode and unlocking stuff and just making progress. Really neat. So the first stream will be that, and I urge you, even if you're not interested in this game as offline content, this is going to be me learning the character. This is going to be us interacting when I do it, so it's going to be more of a chill vibe, but also me leveling up and learning combos and strategies. It's going to be neat. I think this is a great way to do it. Otherwise, I'd be sitting in training mode for an hour, and you wouldn't be able to talk with me at all. It'd be boring. I think this is a better way to do it. I hope you'll give the stream a shot. I'm interested in this mode, and I want to implement it in this way. I feel like this is a creative way to do it, because I'll be learning a new character when I do it, all right? Now, on tomorrow night's late stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, I'm doing online play of Tekken 8 with Jun Kazama. So I'm going to take all that stuff that I implemented during the course of the day, and I'm going to try to apply it to a night 2+ hours of multiplayer and see how I do with her for the very first time in ranked, okay? So it's a full day of Jun Kazama learning, improving, implementing, and hopefully getting wins at night. I think it's a great way to do this, and I hope that you will join me for it. I think it should do pretty well. Honestly, I think that people will enjoy it, and it'll do decently as a full day of Tekken. Please join me for it, okay? And then, of course, Wednesday, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to return as a daytime stream, and then Wednesday night is Like a Dragon Infinite Well, okay? All right, thank you guys. Great streaming day. I hope that you enjoyed all the content. I hope to see you tomorrow for a full day of Tekken action, all right? Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. See you then, and good night.